88 gang.
Hit me.
AYB, let pipe him up, bro.
Let's go big. 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 I got hop in a car with no roof. I got hop in a car with no roof. Let's go big. 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 Let's go big.
What's up, everybody? My name is Evan Rosenblum, along with Tyron and Woodley on a show we like to call
Real Shit Right.
Big show today, starting with one of the biggest stars in the world, Patrick Mahomes, who's about to play in his 4th Super Bowl in the last 6 years.
Damn.
But it almost didn't happen. You know why? Because right before his career exploded and he became a world-famous superstar. I bet you didn't know this, Tyron.
I thought you were going to say snowballs.
No, this is a true story that right after Patrick Mahomes was drafted in 2017, right before he became a superstar, he was robbed at gunpoint on his way home from a baseball game with 2 buddies and his girlfriend at the time, who's now his wife, by a man who officials believe is so dangerous, he's still in prison right now. So when you think about like the moments in your life, right?
Well, I never heard of this.
A lot of people haven't heard of this. So Patrick Mahomes, like I remember covering the story in 2017, but again, like it just kind of went by because he was, he was a prospect, but he wasn't a superstar, right? But here's the story. So Patrick Mahomes in 2017, he played baseball. He played baseball and he played football in college. He was in Tyler, Texas, on the way home from a baseball game, and he got out of the car, and as he got out of the car, this guy came up to him. Patrick told police that this man flashed a gun, or what he believed was a gun, and demanded personal items, including his wallet. So Patrick Mahomes was in a situation in 2017. He believed that he was being robbed at gunpoint, and he had a choice to make. Was he going to try to do something crazy and try to fight this guy, or was he going to sit there, hands up, here, take whatever you need, sir, whatever. Ooh. But what ended up happening is the cops came and they tracked the guy down who actually pulled off the robbery. They were able to get the wallet back, and the dude ended up getting sentenced to prison for 12 years. He's still there right now. Isn't that crazy?
Watching Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
I know.
They got cable in there.
By the way, the guy who robbed Patrick Mahomes, his name is Michael Blake Pinkerton, and the funny thing about him is
you ain't got to say all that, man. We ain't trying to.
I know. Well, take a look at his mugshot though. Patrick Mahomes is 6'3", 229. This dude is 5'4", 128 pounds. But I guess a gun.
That's why he had a gun.
Levels the playing field, I guess, right?
I don't know, man.
But I want you to think about this.
Please don't ask me what I would do.
I know what you would do.
I don't know what I would do, but I think I know what I would do.
But before we get to that, I want you to think about that night. You ever seen the movie Sliding Doors?
No, I haven't.
Where a second can really change the course of your life is what the point of the movie is. And in this moment where this guy who Patrick believed had a gun, if something would have happened, think about everything that happened in the years that followed, right?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes ended up becoming a global superstar, 4 Super Bowl appearances in 6 years. All the tourism and attention he brought the city of Kansas City, restaurants in the area, connecting Travis Kelce to Taylor Swift.
We're not giving Kansas City the best barbecue in Missouri. St. Louis, still got it. We're not fucking with y'all on that. But he did get it lit in the city, because even in St. Louis, it trickled down.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody sell Kansas City Chief gear at a Walmart or something like that in St. Louis. It was always a rivalry, Rams, Chiefs, so he kind of got it lit. So I agree with you, and I think the course of the actions or whatever he did could have really changed, what he did and his reaction could have changed the entire course. If he got fresh with the guy, maybe the guy could have blocked.
Absolutely.
We don't know. I don't want to even mention it because what I find that is so much power in your tongue.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see or say, if I get into a situation, Lord, keep me away from them situations. Keep my dog Evan. Keep everybody in this room away from those situations. And we are thankful that he is here because you're right. It could have went sideways.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. He was up, this guy who was convicted in the robbery was up for probation a couple months ago, and the probation board denied him parole.
He was in there tripping in jail.
Saying that because, they believe still at this point, the record indicates the instant offense, he continues to pose a threat to public safety. Right? If they believe currently right now he still poses a threat to public safety, he's still a dangerous person.
If he was in there working, if he did it like the Owl House stuff when they go on work, if he got some good time, he in there fighting, he in there getting the bullshit in jail. Because he little.
Sure.
So he got to turn up. He 5 foot what?
He's 5'4".
Yeah, he got to turn up.
Yeah.
If he don't, he gonna get fucked up in there.
So isn't it have you been in a situation where you've ever been robbed before?
I had one guy that was thinking about it.
Oh yeah?
And then I saw him and I just creeping around behind my car, about to walk up to my door. And then I just said, clink, clink. I said, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, and went the other way. But then I went inside and I came back outside, and every car had the windows busted out.
Yeah.
He went through every car but my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't go in my car. You don't never know. It was adrenaline pumping, and but I've never had somebody come make it to me. But he was like behind my truck, like trying to come around.
Yeah, I mean, you see stuff all the time where, you don't know what you're going to do in that situation until you're in it. But Patrick Mahomes, good for him. He stayed calm, cool, collected. He got out of that situation and went on to become a global superstar. Back in the Super Bowl this weekend, the whole world's watching him. By the way, he's got, a wife and kids and a beautiful family, like all that stuff because he made the right choice in a really
material
tough
things
moment.
you can always get back. Sometimes we get pride, sometimes we get tough. The reason why I keep cutting it off, because sometimes I think about this. I'm in St. Louis, like the murder capital of the world. You got to think about that. And especially just floating around in Los Angeles, there's a lot of people that are robbing on broad daylight. So I think, and I play these scenarios out, I'm like, what would I do? What would I do? And there's certain scenarios I play out, I'm like, motherfuckers is never taking my shit from me. Then other times, like, I gotta go back to my kids, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never know until you're in that situation. I've been thankful and blessed. It's never made it to that with me, and I pray that God continues to protect me and everybody around me, because it is something you got to think about.
Yeah. Dude, well, I remember a story we covered at TMZ a long time ago. There was a football player named Javon Walker. Do you remember him?
I remember that,
Wide receiver, superstar.
Yeah.
He was one of the best wide receivers in the league. He was in Vegas one night, and he was on stage spraying champagne around wearing like a really expensive watch. And some people saw the watch, and they all of a sudden decided, we're going to target this dude. And he ended up getting like lured back into a hotel, and people beat the living daylights out of him and stole his watch. And they injured him so badly that it actually impacted his NFL career. He was never really the same after that. So it's like one night, man.
Yeah, I used to
change
wear a lot of
everything.
jewelry, and I quit.
Really?
I used to wear a lot of jewelry. I was a nut when I was in the UFC.
Really?
Yeah, I had a lot of jewelry, and I got to the point where I was like, man, I ain't want all this shit, because now I'm a target. People be looking at me. So like, I barely got on anything.
Yeah, same. I don't even wear a watch.
Yeah, I ain't sure.
Don't waste your time with me. You're not going to get anything.
Hey.
All right, coming up, this is crazy. Have you seen the video of Tyson Fury's face? Oh my God. So Tyson Fury has a massive fight coming up, but it has been postponed because somebody split this dude's face wide open. We're going to tell you all about that when we come back on
Real Shit Right Quick.
Drop your drawers. Get going. Drop your pants. Nothing showing, you feel confident and clean.
Feeling confident starts by dropping the toilet paper and picking up Dude Wipes, the extra large, flushable wet wipe that clears instead of smears.
Bottomless confidence, clean and skin free. Drop your pants and show off your Dude Wipes clean undies.
Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Welcome back to the show.
Real Shit Right Quick.
My name is Evan Rosenblum, along with UFC 5-time welterweight champion of the world, Tyron
We want to
Woodley.
thank our dogs too.
Yeah.
The dudes that do wipes that keep your butt, your body. And if you need to bundle it up, make sure you hit them at dudeproducts.com and get lit.
I started using it because of you recommending it, and it's
There we go.
changed my life.
Go.
Thank you, Tyron. All right, look, we got a segment coming up. It's called
Clown 'em or crown 'em.
That's right. And the person in today's Clown 'em or Crown 'em segment is Tyson Fury, the boxer. Okay, here's the deal. Tyson Fury has a massive fight coming up February 17th against Oleksandr Usyk. Massive fight, right? Usyk is a bad motherfucker, dude. I mean, he's great. And Tyson Fury, widely regarded as one of the best heavyweight champions of all time. But this week in sparring, Tyson Fury suffered a massive gash over his eye, and now the fight has been postponed indefinitely. Take a look at this video of Tyson Fury with his sparring partner, and you can see the moment that the dude hits Tyson with an elbow and splits his face right open. Take a
Bust
look.
his shit down to the white meat.
Boom. See, hit him with the elbow right there. And then did you see the cut?
I saw the club. Damn.
Look how bad that cut is.
Yeah, I had
Stick
one
a
of
whole
them
finger
babies
in
before.
there.
Yep.
All right, so here's what happened, right? So that after that incident, Tyson released a statement saying the cut required urgent medical attention and significant stitching and will obviously require a period of recovery, basically ruining any possibility of the fight with Usyk taking place on February 17th
a lot of things
in Saudi Arabia.
It's a lot of stuff to unpack.
A lot to unpack,
lot.
but I guess the immediate question I have for you is, do you crown him or clown him? Because in a way, you could say that this event almost puts more attention on the fight and helps with the promotion of it, but then you clown him because it's pissing a lot of people off who were expecting to watch that fight.
It's a situation where I feel like I have to clown his sparring partner. I can't really clown Tyson because, you know, boxing in general, and it's several different components of this story, right?
Yeah.
First thing is boxing sparring, they're still trying to knock each other out. They have not evolved. MMA, we used to do that, but now MMA sparring, you may go hard, but it's way more technical days, way more timing days, and a lot of the pushing cardio is in like stuff that you can't get injured.
Right.
Via the bag, hitting the running the air down, the vertical climber, sprinting, things that you can't really injure yourself. You try to get the cardio that you feel in a fight that way. Boxing does not do that. When you spar boxing, especially you MMA guys that's thinking it's sweet and trying to jump over to the other side, they're going to try to knock your shit off, especially if you're an MMA fighter. It's pride in dropping somebody with a body shot and knocking them down. So that's one thing. Sparring is basically a fight. So you're going to come into a point of possibly getting hurt. When I saw the cut, just with the placement of the cut, I thought he was sparring without a headgear, which to me would be on brand for a Tyson Fury, but he didn't.
Because he's crazy.
So now sometimes you get the sparring partner, which is the third and the last key point, is they try to win the Olympics in the sparring session. They try to go out there and give it to you and like show that they can keep up with you, and really they're supposed to push you, mimic your opponent and really challenge you so you can go out there and be fresh. But their number one job should be to protect you. Like all my sparring partners, if I hit them with some shit on accident, they can't just snap out of Wonder Boy and stop being him and start being themselves and trying to hurt me based on pride and ego. So in that situation, it looks like he was throwing the left hand. He went a little sharp with it and the elbow came through. He got to be a little bit more careful. I got to clown the trainer partner.
Okay, now I got some more questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that gash in his face was enormous.
6 weeks minimum.
6 weeks minimum.
If it was in a fight, plus it's going to be scar tissuing, and then on top of that, it's more likely to open back up. But the point that we haven't even talked about is when you train for a fight, especially of this magnitude, there's no fighter that's making the type of money and that's fighting in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, that does not get notice of a fight. They're going to get 3 months notice, maybe 4 months notice. So when the trainers and the strength and conditioning coaches and the nutritionists get these dates, they're training to peak at that date, February 17th, right?
Yep.
So now when you get cut and you get gashed, you may recover, but it's kind of like, how do I like?
It screws up the timeline.
Yeah, like when is the fight now?
Right.
Like, you don't know when, because you phase through. You press through a phase, you get tired, you plateau, you push through it, and the whole goal is to peak on fight night.
Right.
That's gonna mess that up.
Right.
So I feel like it was already a tough fight. He got cut in practice, so now he got a target on his eye, because if the person can open that cut up in a fight, right? It may
Which,
be
by the
able
way,
to
that's
stop the
happened to him
fight.
before. Otto Wallen did that
Many
to him.
times, right? So now I'm not gonna say it's putting him at a disadvantage, because one good thing about Tyson is he kind of like whatever. He a people champ, you know what I mean? He knows how to get in your mind, and he makes a fight look like, I don't care if I'm tired, I'm just gonna keep fighting. It's in his blood. So it makes a fight way more interesting for sure.
I'm way more excited. No, who do you have now? Now does it give somebody advantage or disadvantage? Like, who would you pick?
I feel like Tyson came in as like the underdog when he first came in, probably from humble beginnings, but he touched so much bread right now. I just don't know. This young kid was already giving me feelings that he may be able to get the job done, especially after he had that fight with Francis.
Yeah.
Now he may have to come out there and try to prove something.
Yeah.
When people feel like they got to come out and try to prove something, it's always a chance for somebody else to take that pressure off themselves, right? It's kind of a win-win situation for him. So I feel like if I thought Tyson was going to win the fight, I would say it's even now. I kind of thought the other dude had a good chance already.
Yeah.
Because he's dangerous. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of money on the line, too.
Yeah.
They're going to redo it. Luckily for him, he's such a big name. They're going to reschedule.
Yeah.
He's not going to miss a bag. But it's times where people miss a bag because of it.
I'm more intrigued and engaged in this fight now because of that injury than I was
Did you give it
before.
to Tyson before?
Yeah, I think Tyson would have steamrolled
well,
him.
I
Now
feel the
I
same
think,
way.
Yeah.
I feel like now we're looking at an even fight, because
And I
like,
can't
for
wait to
me,
watch.
if somebody got cut, I'm like, I'm finna throw mad bombs right to that motherfucking eye.
All right, we got more stuff coming up on
Real shit right quick.
including a guy who spent a record amount of money on Michael Jordan game-worn shoes.
Ooh.
You're not going to believe how much this dude spent.
You don't want to look on
these
the table
kicks.
right now.
Oh, that's nice. Come back. Don't miss it.
Wipe, then fold, then wipe, flush away. With Dude Wipes, you'll have a clean but great day. Now, why do Dude Wipes clean better?
Because they're extra large?
Because they're flushable.
Because obviously wet cleans better than dry.
Let's watch. See how the wet side clears while the dry just smears.
Just like our butts. It's just like our butts.
Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down.
Welcome back to the show.
Real shit right quick.
My name is Evan Rosenblum, along with Tyron Woodley, and you love sneakers. You're a sneakerhead, right?
I am a sneakerhead for sure.
You're gonna want to pay attention to this story because a set of Michael Jordan finals worn sneakers,
By him?
autographed by him, worn by him, autographed by him, just sold at auction. Take a look at these shoes. I'm gonna make you guess the price, but take a look at these things. See these 6 shoes right here?
Jordan 12,
There-
Jordan 9s.
He wore these in the 91 finals, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98.
They fire.
Yeah.
I got a couple of them.
So they went to auction at Sotheby's, and the final gavel price, you want to guess?
I mean, it's probably worth a couple hundred bands each.
Over $8 million.
$8 million?
Just over $8 million for the six shoes.
I'm finna sell my belts, my jock straps, my fight shorts, glove, hand wraps, towel I wipe my face off
Yeah.
with.
By the way,
all my coaching shit, give it to me. $8 million?
By the way, these weren't pairs. They weren't 6 pairs. They were 6 shoes, one
so the
from each
motherfucker
finals.
he can give the other pair for another 8.
Yeah. So
Jordan, man, you got too much money, man. Quit playing games.
So here's what happened. So it wasn't Jordan that sold them. So after each finals, he would take off the shoe and he would give it to somebody that he liked. This guy.
All the
Here it is.
dudes
Here it goes.
smart.
Here you go.
He
So check it out.
collected them.
So check it out. So after each game, he would give one of the sneakers to Tim Hallam, who was a public relations executive for the Chicago Bulls, who had been with
He
the team
fired.
since 1978. And apparently, it's Hallam's collection that went on the auction block. So he had one sneaker from each series.
Oh, so one guy
autographed.
one PR guy, he just gave it to him.
It was like a tradition after each finals, he would give one of his sneakers to that same guy as like a kind of like a thank you because he liked that dude.
Damn.
And then the guy held on to him, and then they're on the auction block now, over $8 million.
You know what's funny? They started something in the UFC where you got to give one fighter worn piece of gear after every fight.
To who? Back to the UFC?
Back to the UFC.
Oh, so that they can sell it or something?
They sell it, yeah.
Yeah. Memorabilia's hot right now, bro. Huge.
Man.
Massive. I mean, you
now
can
I see why.
Yeah. So here's-
$8 million?
So they have not revealed the name of the person who bought the collection.
Yeah, because he finna be everybody first. Cause oh man, remember that one time when I bought you lunch in middle school? Everybody finna come after dude.
What's the most amount of money you ever spent on a shoe?
Shit.
Or a pair of shoes? Because I feel like most
sneakers?
people don't. Yeah.
3 or 4 band, 3,000.
Really? Is there like a shoe out there that you would spend? Like, what's your shoe?
The ones
that
I got
you
on
want?
right now is my. It's funny you doing this topic today. My
Yeah.
favorite shoe. I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah.
My favorite shoe of all time is the Spider-Man Jordan 1s.
They're sick.
So this is my 4th pair of these. I think these are like maybe 2 bands.
For like in the current condition or like in
No,
mint condition?
These are in mint condition. Actually, I had these restored. Shout out to my dogs out. You know what your name is. You ain't paid me no money, so I can say it. But y'all know where y'all is. Thank you. So I got these. I didn't know how much these were. Jordan Brand sent them to me because
Yeah.
my dog Shamik Moore. Shout out to him one time. He played Miles Morales, and they knew we was tight, so they sent it out so I can support him. Right?
sick.
Cool. So my dog Dame sent them to me. And I was like, oh, these fly. And they was nice, and they sent me 2 pairs. So I bought a pair, they sent me a pair. And then I went to go get my oil change, and some lady said, let me get those shoes. I said, ma'am, I'm sure I wear a size 12 shoe. You can't fit these shoes. She came from behind that desk with some Titanics on. I said, damn. I said, you know what? Here. She gave me her worn down work shoes, and I gave her the shoes. But at that time, I didn't know how exclusive they were.
Right.
I couldn't find them again. So my son taught me how to rock one, the stock one. So
Right.
these are technically supposed to be the stock ones.
Right.
I got a couple that I wear, and I got a couple
Right.
that just stay real fresh and new.
My favorite. See, I'm not a sneakerhead, but there was one pair of sneakers that I saw that I thought was like the coolest pair of sneakers I've ever seen. Yeah. And it was a very limited edition. Like Nike did like a Marty McFly Back to the Future
I seen
sneaker
those, yeah.
where they self-lace. And the guy who bought like the most famous pair is a British rapper named Tiny Tempa. You know who that is? He had some hits back in the day. He made some money, but he spent a lot on those shoes.
I'm gonna look them up.
Yeah, I think they sold for like $50,000, maybe more, maybe like $80,000.
It's people
Hold on,
that
I'm
get
looking
into
this
that.
up.
I ain't getting into all that.
Hold on, let me look this up.
I got these. I got some Travis Scotts that cost me a little bit. They're my classic ones. I bum around.
He paid $37,000 for these things. The good news is the money went to charity. It was a charity auction. 2011 Nike Mag sneakers are what they're called, but they self-laced, dude. They were so cool. They glow.
I don't care if they rub my back. I don't care if they do my taxes. I'm not doing no damn $24,000 pair of nothing at all. I don't care what they do.
Before we go, we gotta pay tribute to one of the all-time greats. Carl Weathers passed away.
Sad day, sad day. He is definitely a GOAT, definitely a legend. I loved his acting because he made you forget you was watching a movie. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I was going to say he is a professional athlete, played for the Raiders, played in the NFL, turned incredibly successful action star, and then did all sorts of acting. I mean, really, obviously, Predator and Rocky, but then did comedy, Happy Gilmore.
I was about to say, a lot of people can be a serious actor and
right.
then be a comedian. So definitely, he had mad chops. But one thing I just remember about him is a lot of his sound bites are used like for motivational, inspirational videos.
It's all in the hips.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, shout out to him and his family and his legacy. And let's just make sure that we give people their roses while they're around and celebrate them when they're gone.
So my question about Carl Weathers is, like, I had a hard time trying to think about, like, how do you, like, if you're going to name one role that you're going to assign to him as the role that he's going to be best remembered for? I think a lot of people would say Rocky, where he was Apollo Creed.
Rocky.
But also, like, everybody's favorite movie is, like, Happy Gilmore, and he was Chubbs in Happy Gilmore. People love that.
He was hilarious.
But then also he was such a key person in Predator. I mean, that was a breakout role for him, and that was such a massive movie. Like took Arnold Schwarzenegger to another level.
I think
he was great in that.
I think you got to say Rocky if it's a marquee moment or movie. But it's good to have those other movies because you can't just box him as he was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Or he did the Fast and Furious, and that's all he can do. He can't do anything else. He showed that he can be funny, and he was memorable in each moment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he was great. He did Arrested Development. He had a great run on that show. He did stuff in The Mandalorian. And by the way, I do want to say this also. Like when I was at TMZ for 17 years, right? A very long time. Yeah. And we've heard everything about every single actor and musician and person out there. Every time I heard a Carl Weathers story, it was always a good story about how he did something nice for somebody else, or he was a lovely man to talk. I heard nothing but good stuff about Carl Weathers all the time. Just a pleasure to be around, consummate professional, the best reputation in the business, and you know, he'll be sorely missed, man.
Man, we shouldn't have roses.
All right, that's gonna do it for us here today at
Real Shit Right Quick.
Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you next week.
Let's go big. Let's go big. Let's go big. Let's go big. I got hop in a car with no roof. I got